We all thought that we were through with the COVID pandemic. At the latter part of 2021, we were slowly heading back to the traditional way of teaching and learning. That is, the face to face conduct of classes. However, it seems like the odds were not yet in our favor. As we entered 2022, what happened? COVID rate continuously increases. And so, face-to-face classes are still prohibited by Department of Education. This is not a problem now. Why? Because we are now used to using different modalities in teaching, and one among which is the use of video lessons. And that is the very reason why I am here now in front of you. Are you ready to begin now? Well, you have no choice but to say yes. Well then, let's start. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are now watching my video. I am Sir Stephen Tracy E. Tabamo, an education program specialist 2 specializing human resource and development at Tarlac City Schools Division. My topic for this day is about creating video lessons, entitled Creating Video Lessons 101. Now, what are the requisites? What are our requirements? So you must have installed in your laptop the Microsoft Office 365. Okay, what else do we have to prepare? Well, this one is very, how should I say this one? It seems like my mind is loading. What to prepare? Well, you cannot make your PowerPoint presentation without your laptop or your desktop. Here is your laptop. Another is that you cannot discuss anything if you don't have a lesson or a topic. Well, I have that in the slide. A picture of our learner activity sheet. It's what we use here in our division. Perhaps in your respective divisions or schools, you are using different LRs, learning resources, right? Now we have here some pictures. So you have to collect all the pictures you have or you think that you will be using and store them in your folder so that you can easily track and look for them. Reminder everybody, when you look for images that you will use in your video lesson, make sure to check on the licenses. Make sure they are free of use. They can be used in public because there are certain images that are restricted by their licenses. Now, in order to avoid copyright issues, there are simple ways. What are the simple ways? One among which is the use of the available resources in Microsoft PowerPoint. So you can check it in the pictures, and then you have their stock images. You can click stock images. There you have different categories. You can use certain icons. There are also some cut out people images. There are stickers, and we have videos, and then we have illustrations. All of these are free of use. No copyright issues. So you can freely apply them in your presentations. There you have those. If you want to make your presentation more interactive, you can also use some add-ins. So you have here add-ins, get add-ins. There are different categories, but because we are in the academe, then use education, you have different forms, PowerPoint timer, we have Pixton comic characters. I use that in my presentation. You have Mentimeter and a lot more add-ins. I actually added already Pixton here, so let me just show it to you how it works. So you click Pixton. There you can add illustration, so you can get started, and then you have to choose whether it's a male or a female. So just click your preference. How does it look? I'll make it like similar to me, so it's like this one, formal dress. Okay, then there are different actions you can choose from. You just have to choose which one you think that is applicable in your presentation. There are many available resources in Microsoft PowerPoint, Office 365. Okay, there you have it. Another needed on how to prepare video lesson, of course, you have to have internet connectivity. You cannot use those add-ins without your internet connection or connectivity. And the most important, we have to have patience and creativity. You know, creating video lesson is not as easy as 1, 2, 3. And another is that it has an equal weight similar to patience. We have creativity. So you have to become creative. Now, this is the most important part of this video. Now, what is the flow of your video lesson? I know you have different, you have various flows of video lessons. But what I can advise you is that it's okay to have a variety of flow for as long as in a certain organization, in a certain district or division, you follow a standard flow, just like this one. So you have the subject, you have the title of your lesson, it's from your MELC. So it's the most essential learning competency. And then after the title, you have the MELC and code. Do not forget to include your MELC and your code. Okay? And you always begin your video lesson with an interesting introduction. You can, just like writing an essay, you can begin it with sharing a story, you can give quotation, you can start it with an interesting anecdote, just like what I did a while back in the first part of my video, right? Then you can continue to the introduction of key points. This is based on MELCs. Now, what is this for? Basically, I consider this as a scaffold. Before I directly discuss the topic in this particular video lesson, I first scaffold. I prepare gradually my learners. So I try to recall certain related topics to the main topic. And then your discussion. Basically, the discussion is from your modules, from your learning activity sheet, or from whatever learner's resource you are using in your division or in your district. And so that you can break the ice after a long, tedious discussion in your video lesson, you can include some teacher breaker activities. It's like a simple kamustaan session. It's like saying, how are you so far? Did you understand the discussion I discussed a while back? If not, you can return or you can freely rewatch this video lesson until such time that you have understood already the topic. And of course, if you started it with a bang, with your introduction, you have to maintain the high level of energy in your video lesson. So you can, you should end it with a reflection, a summary, or your closing spiel. So you can add some reflection. How can you use this topic in real life, such like that. And then you can summarize briefly your lesson so that your video will not be too lengthy, will not become too lengthy. So just a short summary of it. And then give your closing spiel. And then don't forget to include your references and to give credits to those who have helped you in your video lesson. Final reminders: have a lecture transcript to be properly guided in creating your video lesson. We can have a separate video for this one on how to make a lecture transcript. It does not end once you are through with your lecture transcript. Of course, you have to proofread, and proofread so that you can avoid certain issues or problems along the way. We call this one quality control. I know we are in a very difficult situation. Let's hope for the best. Let us be positive, not in COVID, but in our outlook in life. There are many difficult things, but nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I am possible. I know you can do it. Just believe in yourself. I am Sir Stephen Prince Salvamo, Education Program Specialist in Human Resource Development, and thank you for being with me in this short video lesson. Thank you, God bless, stay safe, and stay positive. Bye!